What's the name of the French guy who was mauled by a lion? Claude. Welcome to Shave&Butcher. Oh, I have one in Swedish. Bear with me. Om du har dålig kondition så kan du höra av dig till en florist för hjälp. För de har många bra orkidéer. Okay, one more. This is a little bit more intellectual. What would Descartes say if he knew that people who don't think also exist? Voila! Enough nonsense. Shave today is with a soap I haven't used in quite some time. I saw Jack from the virtual groom room use it very recently. It's Pride from west of Olympia. I remember this was a series, I think, of the 7 sins, and this is Pride. And I remember Dr. Matt being most offended by the images of this soap. But I've looked at it and I've read about it, and this actually, well, it's a play on pride, but this is actually Narcissus finding his reflection in the mirror or a lake or whatever it was, and falling in love with the image of himself. The ultimate pride. Brush is Jeff Anderson's GA7 Badger brush. Isn't that a beauty? Pretty little thing. I think so. The razor is Ralf Aust 6/8 full hollow, made in Solingen, Deutschland. Wow. So this was I really like the scent. I do enjoy the scent, but it's a soap I haven't been using because I never became really friends with it in terms of the performance. But as I said, I haven't used it in a while, and sometimes you pick up a skill or two throughout your shaving career, so maybe I was just being rather poor at using it. Who knows? We'll see. The scent is a lot of scents. A lot of lemony, limey stuff. A lot of flowers stuff, and quite a bit of spices too. And if you read the scent description, it's a long list of all of those. 3 citrus fruity scents, 4 or 5 flowers, and a bunch of spices. So it's quite nice. It's very nice. But as I said, compared to a lot of other soaps, I've never been really excited about it. Let's see. I think I'll load even more so that is not the thing. It was very dry. And when it's very dry and I don't get enough from the soap, I just put you can't see that, I put a bit of water into the jar, and that releases more soap. Okay, here we go. There should be plenty. Very toothpastey in its consistency with a E or an A, whatever. Lee Hazelwood was trying to teach me the difference between consistency and consistency. And, he failed, most likely. But I know he did a good job. I'm just too thick and don't have the patience to learn stuff. Could be dead tomorrow. And then if you spend too much time learning about shit, you may lose out on enjoying life, which in my case is shaving, drinking bourbon, and watching sports. So, it's important stuff. Okay, it's nice and shiny. It doesn't quite get to a big volume. Not that I necessarily need it to, it's just you're used to it. But I should shave for me. I'm not here to make a show lather, a thick Santa Clausy thing. I'm I'm here to entertain the masses. You lot, the masses. All 12 of you. Now I'm mainly here to shave, and I'm dragging you with me into the abyss that is wet shaving. Abyss? You mean a bus? No, that's what you ride to work and to school. Abyss is something else. Abyss? Maybe it's a bus from Ängelholm. It's another internal southern Swedish joke. God, this guy, eh? Okay, so it doesn't look impressive. That's fine. That is okay. Is it hydrated enough? No, I don't think so. Mind you, when you try a tricky soap, when I try a tricky soap, I find I should not pick up a rather dense and large badger brush. A tricky soap, you wanna, is it very light? Light and bright? Is that the angle? I don't know. It's very white. Sorry about the faucet tap. Yeah, you should use a synthetic brush because it's easier to be a bit of an idiot with a synthetic brush. Now, I'm not saying idiots use synthetic brushes. That would be really, really insensitive and foolish of me. Even I use synthetic brushes. From time to time, some of my best friends are. You know the drill. Okay, let's see. I think it's hydrated enough. It's not a show pony lather. That's for damn straight. And here's another damn straight. This is, I've said this before, but I like to market Ralf Aust, newly made, you know, he makes them now. He's actually called Ralf Aust. They're handmade in Solingen. They're incredibly good, and they, look, they're really affordable. I haven't checked in a while, and there's inflation and stuff, but you get one of these for less than $200. I think I did. And it's so worth the money. You know, if you compare it to a Philharmonica 13 vintage, it's not easy to get one for $200 that is in reasonable condition. You have to pay more, and I would say they're quite comparable in how they shave and in how they keep an edge, and yeah, they're quite similar actually in general. Yeah, lather is pretty perfect. It's also very slick because it's soap. Because in soaps, and I'm generalizing a bit, you can even overhydrate like I'm borderline doing. If it's soap to begin with, it'll be helping your razor along pretty well. Do I mean all soaps are slick? Yes, I do. That doesn't mean they're all equally slick. But to shave with a straight razor, it's rare I come across a soap which isn't slick enough. You know, I keep saying these things, it's just, come on, right hand bugger. It's other things in a soap that you pay for. And you know, as a lot of people will tell you, you don't even have to pay a lot of money. You can do really well with inexpensive stuff. I have a bit of both. I have several super cheap soaps that I like, and several really pricey ones that I like very much too. And sometimes it's nice just to use classy, expensive things just for the heck of it. I keep repeating myself. Oh, Justin McIntyre, the Red Island Shaver. The blind Canadian shave. He had eye surgery on one of his eyes yesterday, or the day before, Monday. What is it today? Wednesday. And it went well. I texted him, I think a lot of people did, and he had an update video as well. I texted him and said, how did it go? And he said, yeah, so far so good. It's an improvement. I can see my face. And I said, you know, really sorry you had to see that, but the rest of us, we have to endure that damn thing twice a week, so it only serves you right. I thought that was a little bit funny. Not a lot, but a little bit. The trick is not to be too funny. You don't want people to lose their sense of reality. And that's an important consideration. It's a bit slippery on my hands. An important consideration I make when I choose the epic jokes at the beginning of my shaving videos. Not too much fun, because then they won't concentrate. They'll be laughing on the floor, those poor people, and they won't really absorb all the important information I have to give them. Because this, Shave&Butcher, is one of the most serious channels on YouTube when it comes to shaving. No nonsense, all facts, reviews, ratings, points. I don't do it enough. I should do it more. I also always have a very detailed plan for what I'm going to say in the video. Hence the quality. My God. Very easily rinses really clean. That's another sign your lather isn't too dry. And that, you know, if you shave and it won't rinse off, so you actually have to sort of push the soap or the lather off the razor, even under the water, then, in my opinion, it is so dry it actually affects the quality of the shave. It becomes annoying, and it does become less slick. So that's a good sign. You don't need to have it falling off the razor. That's more of a cool thing. Mark Hutchins' friendship shaving, grandfather style. It's Mark's grandfather who inspired me to get to the moisture level that you need to just flick it off. Boom, it just falls off. Wow. There's nothing new here, nothing new. Very good. Totally changed my mind about this soap. It is a nice soap. It's not, it feels good, the skin feels good. It doesn't feel crazy tacky or anything. But I read the list of ingredients. I rarely do that. If it doesn't say on the box, I don't know if it's tallow or vegan or whatever it is. But this has a bit of everything. It has tallow, it has lanolin, lanolin, I don't know. I think it did have lanolin. It has tallow anyway. Kaolin clay, which, you know, the stuff you make to put in paper to make it thicker. But a lot of soaps do. And it has shea butter and loads of oils and stuff. There were a few very Greek sounding things, very long at the end. But basically, long list of very juicy stuff. So it's a good soap for sure. So yeah, Justin, I don't know if you'll be watching any videos for a while, but good for you. It seems to have gone well. I hope you recover well, my good friend. Justin's YouTube channel is one I've followed since I started following YouTube channels. It is one of my favorite, and you know, he's a friend. Red Island Shaver, in case I forget to put a link to it. It's good stuff. He shaves and then sometimes he tells stories, usually from his life as a truck driver, and those are good stories. They frequently feature law enforcement and blizzards. No surprise. Cool. I'm gonna leave it there. like Scott Owl says. What does he say? He shaves with a straight as well. He said, I stopped doing the third pass when I learned how to shave. You can do a third pass anyway, and I quite often do a half pass because I can get closer in some areas. It's just fun to be arrogant and obnoxious. Yeah, good shave, good razor, good soap. Really enjoyed that. The aftermath is going to be Lucido from the Mandem Corporation in Japan. It is an aftershave with no scent, except a little bit of alcohol, a little bit of hospital, or pharmacy. It's like, I don't know, the stuff you clean surgical instruments in, something like that. It is quite cool. Very good. That was the shave. I won't show it again. You saw what I used. Hope you liked that. Enjoy. See you soon. And stay sharp.